So this is going to be a pretty nice game on Akalon Waste. This can actually lead to some pretty nice macro games. We actually saw this being played in the WCS Grand Finals this past weekend of Jaedong versus SOS. And that was
It's
a pretty
very
nice
epic.
game. Yeah. So do you want to take the introduction, Lorax?
I think I can do it. All right, so spotting in the top left, down one game in the series, hoping to even things up. It is Infinity North America's Dream, and up 1-0 in this series after an aggressive first game. The Blue Protoss player down in the bottom right corner, we have Daniel. All right. I mean, my take on this game is that we're not going to see anything different from Daniel. There's lots of room for flexibility in his build. There's lots of sort of bailout points if it looks like Dream is already prepared for one step of the aggression. So I think we see something very similar out of Daniel. The question is, what does Dream do differently, if anything, to be more prepared for the aggression that's coming?
So Daniel looks like he is going for the Gateway Expand again, which is how he will lead off this aggression. If Dream doesn't go for such an aggressive third base this time and merely accepts the fact that he might not get down his third base or his natural as fast as he wants, then he should be very safe against this, and he will be able to lead into the macro game, which is probably where he stands a better chance.
Yeah, I'd like to see Dream go pool first here so that any sort of threat of pylon harassment and pylon blocking in the natural really isn't a problem. And that's exactly what he does, sees the probe. Pool first has gone down, and this is going to basically ensure that he's going to be able to get his natural up. And I think on a map like Akalon, where even the natural is a very long distance from the main, it's going to make a much safer than taking that third location that's directly below the natural and even further away from the main.
Yeah, definitely. So, right now we actually noticed Daniel going for this block at the natural. He's trying to delay Dream's hatchery and try and force... Oh, but Dream gets it down!
Sneaks it by, yes. Great work by Dream there. That's such a satisfying feeling as a Zerg player to just out-deke your opponent's probe and be able to drop that hatchery without having to create extra lings to destroy a pylon and without the delay there. That's already a big gain from last game that Dream has here, that earlier time for the pool going down, or the hatch going down, sorry.
Yeah, so... With this faster hatch going down, he's going to be able to do everything right. He is going to be able to place spine crawlers to defend against any possible aggression. And because he knows that Daniel's already done this, he can expect it and he can prepare for it. And we notice Daniel hiding the probe already in anticipation of that happening.
So interesting here, we have Dream going for double gas very early. 2 workers in each geyser here. I'd like to see a much earlier ling speed than he had last game. Finding these pesky probes and proxy pylons. He's already got his lings spread out. Probe sort of peering down on one of them there. But if he can keep this probe from getting that pylon up, he's going to be in great shape. And Daniel's just going to have to force to move on into his Stargate play without doing any major harassment.
Yes, that is what is going to have to happen. But Stargate play is definitely the go-to thing for most Protoss players at this point. So we will notice that Dream is just droning up really hard right now. Actually, he's it's still pretty even right now, but he does. Daniel's expo is actually kind of later than it possibly could have been, but Daniel really wants to play safe because on a map with such a wide open area, the ramp right here, he has to play really safe against ling run-bys.
Yeah, he's really being cautious here. He's got the Zealot, hold position there in the gap. Gateway's up, completing the wall with 1 pylon. I like this earlier ling speed coming out of Dream. That's, I think, a beautiful slight adjustment from the previous game. Still mining out of 2 gases here in the main, and just working on saturating the natural at the moment. No third has gone down yet, and it looks like Daniel's got his pylon set up and is moving in with the mothership core here.
the pylon is down, and this is going to be critical because although there is no, oh, he is going for the Nidus network. If Daniel doesn't know this, this could be awful, and this could actually turn into a complete base race because Daniel's going for this aggression, but and Ling is going, and Dream is going very Ling heavy, and he just doesn't know this is coming. If we actually look at his vision, he has no idea what Daniel's doing. There's the Stargate by Daniel. Daniel, conversely, has no idea that this Nidus is going down. Let's actually jump to Daniel's vision right now. Look at his camera. He does not notice this Nidus worm coming down. He's just scouting around with his mothership core. This could be very intense.
Yeah, and we noticed Daniel just spent a warp in of 4 zealots here at his proxy pylon. He hears the Nidus coming out, sees the Lings in his base now. Army immediately coming home. Hopefully he can get in a few more warp-ins here. 3 sentries and 1 zealot moving in, but choosing to retreat back as the probes make their escape. Focusing down the Stargate first, and Ling is just streaming into Daniel's base.
Yeah, and Daniel's actually pushing across the map right now with four zealots, although they are getting pulled back right now. This is actually very bad. Daniel could have killed a massive amount of drones and possibly came back from this if he had gone ahead with that attack. Although he's pulling them back, and they're not going to do anything now.
Yeah, great force fields from Daniel here, keeping those sentries alive. He doesn't have enough to engage this in open field, and he gets completely surrounded here because there's so many Lings, losing all of his zealots and sentries. Only the mothership core here to try to defend. 4 more zealots coming in, but I just don't think that's going to be enough, Spam.
Yeah, it's really not those Lings. And see, he's not even attacking with the zealots. If he had just gone home, he would have completely wiped out Dream's natural, and this would have been a very even base, and Daniel could have just focused on defending his natural. But now he has to focus on defending all of this area, and this is not going to end up well. Dream does not have to worry about defending his natural, and Daniel is completely he's just not doing good down here.
Yeah, he's desperately trying to get up another cybernetics core and another gateway here, oversaturated on the natural. So he did manage to save almost all of his probes from this attack, but his main is pretty much completely vacant. This space is just completely torn to shreds by these Zerglings.
Yeah, and although Dream is pushing down, and this is exactly what Daniel wants. He wants to be able to push into the Zerg base with these 2 zealots, like I was mentioning previously, and he needs to be able to take out these drones. Although he's attacking the Queen, this is not what he wants to do. He needs to focus down those drones. The Queen, who cares about the Queen? Like, although, yeah, of course, the Queen's important, but the drones are much more important right now. Although he kills the Queen, he's now going crazy on the drone line. This is going to be critical.
Quite a few drone kills here. Managed to take out the Queen, joined by 3 more zealots. Daniel is far from done here, trying to get into a good position to prevent that Ling surround. But there are a lot of Lings here, and I don't know if these 5 zealots are going to be able to stay alive for too much longer. Spire is on the way along with 8 Roaches for Dream, so it looks like Roach and Muta are probably the next up on the docket. Yeah, Mothership Core finally cleans up the Nidus worm in his main base. Creep Tumor is down, so this creep is going to linger around until that gets cleaned up.
Yeah, this is actually, the Roaches are going to be able to completely clean up this Zealot aggression if he micros it correctly, and he's going to be able to go back to mining really easily, and Daniel is going to have no way to deal with these Mutalisks. Although if Dream doesn't micro against these Zealots, he could actually clean up. Just kidding.
Yeah. Zealot's choosing to pull back here. That's a wise decision.
Yeah. And there's nothing that Daniel can do to prepare for these mutas. He actually doesn't have a unit to shoot up. He's only now starting a Stargate. He will not have Phoenixes in time for these mutalisks to come out if Dream goes straight for his base, which he should do. He doesn't have any cannons up. He has 1 Stalker out right now. That's it.
Yeah, 8 mutalisks on the way for Dream here. Nothing coming out of this starport as of yet, as it's only halfway done. No forge for cannons, and just 1 stalker here. Mothership Core has very close to enough for 2 photon overcharges, but that's not going to hold Mutalisks off for too long.
Daniel noticed at the last second the Roach is moving across the map, so I think he will be able to respond to this. This Mothership Core is going to be critical for dealing with these Mutalisks. Although Dream is not moving across with these, he's trying to bide his time. The Stargate is in fact done. So if if Daniel starts cranking out some Phoenixes right now, he will actually be able to be prepared for these Mutalisks, because along with a Photon Overcharge and some Phoenixes, he can quite easily deal with these Mutalisks. But Daniel has to start Phoenix production right this second.
Yeah, Daniel looks like he has the money for it, but opting to take a faster third here, hoping to get into the game. Main is now up and mining again, not quite saturated, but he has 2 Stargates sitting completely idle, and now he sees the Mutas. 1 Phoenix is in production, but that 1 Phoenix is definitely not going to be enough.
Daniel needs to recall this Mothership Core right now. It is critical that he doesn't lose it, and it is...
Oh!
That was Daniel's main source of anti-air against these Mutalisks right now. He needs to buy time with these Zealots. If he can buy time to get out, to crank out some more Phoenix, then he will finally be safe. But no, he does not. He's only just letting his Zealots die. He does not do anything else useful. Oh, and so this is actually, it is going to completely rely on Daniel's Phoenix Micro. If Daniel can micro this correctly, he will be able to kill the Mutalisks. But if he dies, if he loses these Phoenixes, he is dead. Completely dead.
So it's 3 Phoenix against 11 Mutas right now. Phoenix doing their best. A couple good shots off there for the Mutas.
Oh, his 4th and 5th Phoenix are about to pop out. Although this is very hard micro by the Zerg. He just relies on the Protoss screwing up. And that's what we see happening to this 1 Phoenix. It is almost dead. But it looks like Daniel handled this perfectly. He was able to get the Phoenix out in time, and it looks like the Muta aggression should be overall shut down, because 6 Phoenixes will be out shortly, and there's nothing that 10 Mutalisks can do against 6 Phoenixes, and Daniel will be able to start his age of aggression.
Yeah, just in the nick of time, Daniel able to get these Stargates up and going. That's the same tech that saved him last game from the counterattack, getting those voids up quickly. Got plenty of Phoenix on the field, and he's just going to come right at these Mutas. There's a couple of spores here, so this is not a great place to engage. Queen getting a few free shots, but Phoenix just looking to pick off whatever free units they can.
Yeah, this is actually great. Eventually, he is going to be able to, because just Dream is not prepared to deal with this, and in low numbers, the Phoenixes can actually just pick off all of the Hydralisks when they're separated. Although we do notice that Dream did get a scout off on Daniel's natural right now, and he saw the Mothership Core coming out. He does know about the 3rd base, so this is actually going to be pretty important. He's actually pushing across the map. 4 more gateways
on the way for Daniel here, back in the main getting rebuilt.
If Daniel's able to go and pick off some of these Hydralisks, this could actually be very important. Daniel needs
lots of Phoenix here.
Daniel needs every one of his units fighting right now. Although with a Nidus Worm coming down in the main again. Will Daniel notice this? He does not see this whatsoever. What is in this Nidus Worm? We can see actually nothing is in the Nidus Worm. It's a fake out. There's actually nothing in it. Okay. And Daniel warps in units in the main to not do anything. Oh, he suspected it. He thinks he knows where it is, and he sees the Nidus Canal going down. Oh, but the roaches are popping out anyway. Will he be able to get it down? This is going to be very important. He gets it down, and there are only 6 roaches alive. This is huge, and there's nothing that Dream can do now. He just lost 6 roaches for 4 zealots. That's never a trade you want to make as the Zerg.
Yeah, also the cost of that Nidus. Nidus networks are not cheap things. Throwing away a little bit of gas there. He is floating about 2,500 minerals here. I'd like to see him move into a 4th and sort of get his economy in high gear. He's almost mined out in his main here.
They're both floating an insane amount of stuff. It is just because Dream is so supply blocked. He's making 11 overlords right now. Although he is pushing into the main right now with these things, but those Phoenix should be able to just mop up these Mutalisks. It will not. Oh, it looks like he knows where they're going to be, and that's not even going to be humorous. Boom!
Yeah,
all these.
Just tearing apart those Mutas.
Though he is able to sell them, he is able to save them with some of the Hydralisks, and it looks like he's going to try and bust up this way. This is going to be a very interesting approach, but if Daniel does this correctly, he's going to be able to force field his army in half. Although another Nidus network pops up in the main. What do we see here in the army? Again, there's nothing in the Nidus Canal. What is with him in doing this? Oh, nice force fields going down, though. Yes, there we go. That is very important. See, this would be great, except there's some units aren't. Oh, this is actually huge. He needs to target down the Nidus Canal right now because the units are unloading piece. This is great for Daniel. He's able to pick off just a random assortment of units, and Dream gets nothing done with them.
Yeah, that's probably the least effective way to get your army for good trades, just trickling in one unit at a time out of the Nidus network. I think that's a pretty big mistake for Dream there. Tried to get a little too aggressive and really did not work out for him.
This is very bad for Dream right now. He has almost nothing to deal with this push right now. Daniel has an insane amount of army, and all Dream has is 6. Wow, Daniel is actually ahead on the worker count by 10. And like you would think that, like I was mentioning before, you would think that Dream is actually sort of on par or maybe even ahead on the supply count. But you have to remember, this is all in roaches. This isn't like Terran Marines or something like that. These are not supply efficient units. And now there's nothing to stop the air units.
Yeah, Phoenix doing a great job of picking up and sniping all those Hydras. These Void Rays are just going to have a field day on all these roaches. A couple of Hydralisks just not going to be able to do anything against 3 Void Rays.
Yeah, this is definitely not going to be able to help whatsoever. Oh, this drone transfer going down. Pity there are no Colossus here. This is really just not looking good right now. Although if Dream is able to get up that base, that could actually be very useful for him right now. Daniel is saturating his 4th base right here where my cursor is circling. And this is going to be the big fight. This is going to decide it. Who wins, who dies. The time warp is going down. Dream is not able to close in, and Daniel is making some incredible force fields. The Void Rays are picking off a ton of stuff. We notice, oh my god, just jump to the units lost tab for a second, Lorax.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dream almost double the units lost at 16,000 there.
Yeah, I think that is double.
Yeah, Daniel getting up his 4th, has 2 Colossi now on the way, and Thermal Lance is just about to finish. 1 Colossus already in the army, being joined by another one, so he's going to have a total of 4 Colossi very, very shortly. Whereas Dream just now starting 1-1 upgrades.
Oh, wow, and this is compared to Daniel's also 1-1 upgrades.
Yep,
they're
Daniel's
both
on
on very...
now.
Oh, that's because Daniel's Twilight Council is just finishing right now. He has not been able to get his 2-2 upgrades. Dream's Hive is going down right now, and it looks like he should be able to cancel this proxy pylon. Though I have no idea what he's going to do against these Colossus. He's just going to target them down, and Daniel's letting him do it. He kills both the Colossus. This is huge for Dream. Although Daniel, with some amazing force fields, kills a huge segment of the Zerg army. I don't see Dream coming back from this.
I think Daniel's content with that trade. He did lose 2 Colossus there, but he has a huge...
GG coming out from... GG comes out. Well played. Good job. Daniel advances. Dream is down to the lower bracket. So the winner of the next series, which shall be Atlas versus Eon... I'm not actually sure who goes first. Dream logs offline. That's not going to be good.
Yeah, maybe needing a little bit of time to cool off.
Yeah, that's a good idea.